souls. It is so wonderful to be here on a Monday. It's a lovely Monday here. Every day is lovely, no matter what. It could be raining, lightning, thundering. It doesn't matter because it's another day of graceful living. Graceful meaning a gift from God. So it's wonderful to be here with you. And I am going to do a reading. We have a, we have a new deck. It's not really a new deck. It's a borrowed deck, but I did put my energy into the deck and I did cleanse the deck. But I borrowed it from my chapel and I really like it a lot. I've borrowed it before and I may see if I can buy it from the chapel. It's by Carolyn Miss Archetype Cards. And this deck is going to lead our reading. And I did post the title. Um, so the Archangel today is the King. And I'm going to read both the light attributes, even though it did come right-sided. I'm going to read both because we can have either the light attributes or the shadow attributes. And just because it's a king, it doesn't mean this is for men only. It means that we all have masculine and feminine energy. And right now, the reading is going to be revolving around our masculine energies. So, the masculine energies, when it comes to zodiac charts, our masculine energy is our sun sign. Uh, and the moon sign would be our feminine energy. So I'm going to show you the card. I tried to take a picture of the card and use that as my thumbnail, but it wouldn't let me as usual. So I had to go into Google royalty-free images and find an image of a king that I liked. And this one looked like it was a king that was praying to God for answers, for doors to open, for messages to come through. And I felt that was a good image to use. So the king archetype are light attributes, which is usually um, our positive, stronger, higher energies. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So those of you that are in the light attribute, your purpose for this reading is to find ways, get messages on how to benefit those in your charge, and to be enlightened and to um, show great leadership. The shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So those of you that are in a shadow attribute, the reading for you today will be more on how to manage or messages that will come through that are showing you where the excessive feelings of entitlement may be, and rulership without restraint. So to me, rulership without restraint is kind of like trying to control everyone around you in whatever way you try to do that. So this is like a new way for me to do the reading using the archetype, both light and shadow. So let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. So in the guidebook, it says the king is equal to like the emperor in your tarot, and it's about ruling, leader, being a leader and a chief. It represents the temporal male power and authority, or your masculine divine male, masculine energy, associated with both benevolence and cruelty. Emperor can arise from common society like Napoleon, but the king is usually born to it. Sorry about that. Shadow King resists criticism, questioning, and challenges to his absolute power. So, if you are a person that resists criticism, questioning, and do not like challenges to your power, then you're going to be in the shadow energy today. If you are one that kind of you were born to the idea of royalty and chief, but you're not necessarily controlling. You just naturally you are a natural born leader, a natural born chief, without having to be controlling or cruel. So those are the two sides of this archetype, and I'm going to do uh, three cards from each deck. So of course we have my Light Seers Tarot, and then we have the Reflections. I think it's, yeah, Wild Reflections Tarot. And then I will also do two more oracle cards after that. So we will begin with where you are presently. And it will be, I think I'm going to do three cards for the light attributes and three cards for the shadow attributes. So let's do the three cards for the light. So this is the born leader that doesn't have to control or be cruel to um, have his kingdom or her kingdom. Oops, let's put those back. Too many. All right, where we are presently with our light attributes. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Um, so we are right now, for my light attributes, my natural born leaders in the King Archetype. You're trying to climb your ladder of success. And success can be whether it's personal, business, education, whatever field or arena you may be in. This is a card that's saying that you're you're like reaching for the stars. You're reaching for that fire. You see the fire within you. It's ignited, and you're trying to go for it. And there's lots of things trying to pull you down, keep you where you're at, and not achieve that burning fire, that desire. Let's call the fire there that you see is the desire of your heart and soul. And you're almost there. It's like you're right there. You see it. You can almost touch it. But all these other things, whether they be material things, whether they be um, community, society things, or whether they be family things, they're trying to pull you back. They do not want you to reach that desire for whatever reason. And that's where you are right now in your life. So, for those of you that identify with that, this is the three lower chakras, all having to do with human experience. They are your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. So these are all the energies within this card, and they're your human self is reaching for the soul and heart's desire. So a lot of other human entities, and they also could be lower lower cosmic energies like temptation and things like that that are keeping you from getting to the top, keeping you from getting to that fire, that burning within you. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm going to shuffle again. And ooh, okay. This one popped right out. We're going to take it. Um, so recently, the Four of Wands, recently you were, in your recent past, there were lots of things you were beginning to celebrate. Um, you were beginning to have some really beautiful energies all around you, and a celebration was coming to light. There was a celebration that you were about to, I want to say, about to enter into, and this was the recent past. And something happened to create this chaotic feeling of a battle to reach, I want to say, to reach this desire. This was the desire, whatever it was that you were going to be celebrating. Um, this big success that was coming forward for you. Um, Definitely a big celebration. Great feelings within this, kind of like that circus feeling. And again, these are also, we're tapping into the human energies here, but also the heart chakra. So we have the feeling of love and abundance in that way also. Um, so let's go to the next one, our near future. If once you either reach that fire within you or the fire burns out, one way or the other. I'm going to say this one is going to reach the fire within. And when we do the shadow attributes, we'll do the other end of the spectrum, if that makes sense. Okay. Ah, the Empress. The Empress. You will be nurtured. You will experience the gift of life. Um, to me, the Empress is a very spiritual, very nurturing, very healthy and loving energy. And those of you that are able to withstand and get away from these things that are trying to pull you down, you will experience. She's kind of like Mother Gaia. Um, the Mother Gaia is like Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and very nurturing, very loving, very kind and tender. And this is what you will be able to enjoy if you allow the fire within to come forward and fight off all these energies that are trying to pull you away from your heart's desire and your soul's desire. So let's do our other three, the shadow attributes. And then I will pull a card, a strength card, and an obstacle card. So for our shadow, this is our excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So a lot of control, a person that has lots and lots of control, domineering, I would say very domineering, feelings of entitlement, like everything belongs to you, everything should be the way you say it should be, and it is what it is. This is, it's mine. It's mine because I say so. That's the type of attribute of this King Archetype. So the card that came up for the present, Eight of Swords. Okay, so Swords are all about ideas and feelings and thoughts. And this is an awesome card for this present person. Um, I'm going to turn it this way. When you look, this card, she's looking into like a pool of water. Um, it's a pool of water that she's looking into. And when she looks into it, what she's seeing is a person that's all bound up and blindfolded, which is telling me that you may be someone right now in this present moment that cannot look beyond your own self interest. And the reason why you can't is because you're all bound up in whatever is keeping you stuck. And it's not to say that you're a bad person. It just means that you're stuck within yourself. And she's kind of looking in like, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening to me? Or he's kind of looking in. It doesn't, my cards aren't like gender specific. I say she because it's a woman in the picture. I say he because it's a man in the picture, but it's for anyone. It doesn't matter if you are man or female. Right now, you're looking at the image that reflects back to you. And this image is an image of feeling very stuck, an image that is blindfolded. You cannot see what's in front of you. You're not seeing what's truly in front of you. And you're all tied up with all of what kind of the same as this a little bit, but this person can see what's in front of them. This person can see that fire of my desire, of the desire of my heart and soul. This person sees that. This person does not. This person is still being stuck and held back by all these other forces and energies, whether it be your own thoughts, whether it be the thoughts of other people that are keeping you feeling like crap, to say it bluntly. But you're not able to see in front of you. And, you know, the facial expression on the one that's looking into the image, it's sadness. It's sadness. It's like, why can't I see this differently? Why can't I have a different image of myself? And that's where my shadow attributes are right now. And again, if you resonate, great. And if not, if this isn't, a reading for you, if you're not identifying, that's okay too. I mean, with both different, ah, so the recent past for you, is the Ace of Wands. And aces are all about new paths, new beginnings, new days, and your new path. You began a new path, whatever that may be. It could have been a spiritual path. It could have been a physical path. It could have been a new place that you went to, new relationships that you began. But just recently, you had new beginnings, new paths. Wands are about action. So you you went through a door of new beginnings, and that was your recent past. And then this is creating you to either be pausing at that door, at that new beginning, and possibly even shutting the door on it. So, very, very interesting. We have hummingbirds here, and one is pink and one is blue. I'm going to read the colors of this card because the pink, it's kind of like It's almost pink lavender. Lavender, of course, is the crown chakra, and pink also is the crown chakra, but it's also unconditional love and healing. It's a very healing color. And then we have that pretty blue hummingbird, which is your throat chakra and third eye, because there's some indigo in that hummingbird also. So I'm going to say that this card's saying to heal that wound. You're never going to be able to keep moving forward. You're never going to be able to take off the blindfold until you heal the wounds that led you there. And the and that's what the pink is. The pink hummingbird is like saying, heal thyself, love thyself unconditionally. We can look at ourselves and see our flaws, but just because we see our flaws doesn't mean we have to dislike ourselves. We can just see that, okay, these flaws are what is going to teach me how to become a better person by overcoming those flaws, and not by hating myself or disliking myself for them, but by overcoming them and seeing why I do the things that I do, and then becoming a stronger, better version of myself through my flaws, and in healing. And then the indigo and the blue is like communicate to spirit your pain, communicate to spirit what it is, not only that you want, but what you need. Because sometimes as human beings, we go around life thinking that we have to be so strong that we're never ever supposed to say truly what that I need this. We can say what we want because wanting is like a surface thing, but what we need is more difficult. And it's not the things we want that we're going to get, it's the things we need. And you might get the things you want, it's not necessarily the things that are best for you. The things we need is the healing love of ourselves and the healing love of God. Um, and it's in the asking that we receive that. So that's recent past. This is what's coming. I don't, I hope it's making sense because it's what's coming through. Um, and the way I read all this, the symbolism of the card without having to go in and read the guidebook of each card, which I don't like to do. Sometimes with the arcanas I do, but not always. So here we go. Last card, the future. Ah, and when you allow that healing, when you face your truth, and you learn to love yourself, and you take off that blindfold, and you untie yourself, that self that's all caged up, um, you're going to be able to begin your true journey in life. Look at that. You have a little follower, that a devoted, loyal follower. And yep, you're at the edge of the cliff, but you know what? There's no fear. There is no fear whatsoever. The fool is all about, that leap of faith. And I don't, oh, that's a little, it looks like it's a branch, but it's a branch with crystals all over it. And crystals are healing energy. They say that, I mean, crystals are great to have all around you, but when you learn to do healing and go within and meditate and all the healing practices, I'm a Reiki practitioner, so um, you can literally heal thyself without having to use crystals. I like having crystals around. Just to me, it's like a more of a cosmic protection rather than a heal me protection. Um, it's more to keep the negative energies away. So this is a zero or null. It's not really. It's a null. So there's like no beginning. uh, No be nothing's. The past is gone. There's right here and now. It's the here and now. And wherever I right now, it's the future is in my hands, and this is what is in your near future for my shadow attributes. Once you heal thyself, you have the ability to just begin a childlike journey, very new, very refreshing, and everything's right there, right there. The outcome is all up to you. So let's do a strength for this reading for both, and then we'll do an obstacle. Ah, the wheel. So with the wheel, again, it's like anything is possible. And I'm going to say the strength by looking at this card. We have a lot of green here, so it's like stay in touch with your heart. When you're going against your heart and your soul, you're not in your truth. The sacral chakra, the orange is all about the sacral chakra, and this is all about your creative energies. Tap into those creative energies. The other thing I want to point out, look at, she's like in Reiki, our hands are what um, remove the low energies out of a person's body. One, it removes it, and then it regenerates the energy and goes back into the body as a renewed energy. And our hands are God's gift to our healing energies. And from what I've learned, the left hand is the true receptor of energy, and the right hand is the one that releases the energy out to the world. But you need to bring in the energy with the left and then release it with the right. So when you do Reiki, it's like it's like bringing in the positive, taking out the negative, bringing in the positive, taking out the negative. Anyway, and it is a form of laying of the hands that is in the Bible that Christ taught to his disciples. The other thing I want to point out is balance. Your strength for your success in your life is to have true balance. And when you have true balance, you are tapping into the earthly energies within us and the heavenly energies. And when we tap into both and we align those energies together, we have the perfect balance to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve in this world. And that is going to be your strength for both the light attributes and the dark attributes. I don't want shadow. I'm sorry. I didn't need to say dark. It's such a gloomy word. Anyway, now let's see the obstacle that may get in some of our ways. And this goes for me too. I can definitely relate to this reading both. I see myself when I am the light attribute, and I see myself when I am the shadow attribute. So um, I've been in both worlds. So we have, and I'm not doing reverses in these. The obstacle, the the King of Wands. Okay, and I'm going to say the obstacle because it's the King, and we have the King archetype here. The obstacle is going to be the feelings of entitlement and ruling without restraint. So for me, when I say ruling without restraint, I mean sometimes we go through the world not ever thinking about anyone else. And when we go about in the world like that, um, we sometimes will fall and stumble, or sometimes we may not be unsuccessful, but we sometimes open the door for characters that aren't exactly godly or worthy of the energy we might put into them. So with this king energy, without without the balance, the king can kind of like overpower overpower a lot of people and things, thinking that that's what they want, but not really truly wanting that. So it's really, really important that it's great to have king energy, but when you have that king energy, be a true leader. And always remember to benefit those around you. And don't think of just your immediate little circle, what I want, and I want it now, or I wanted it last week. Think about what is going to be not only best for you, but that will also benefit the world around you and the people that you may have an impact on. So the obstacle here is going to be ruling in a very controlling, unhealthy way. Um, and I thought that was perfect going with the archetype king. So let's do two oracles. And I see Crystal Roberts B B1 exclamation, it looks like. I see that you are on. I don't know if you're not here now, but you're a subscriber. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. And I hope you come back for more. I try to do at least two of these a week. And then I do a scripture talk, sacred scripture talk on Sundays. And I hope that I can do more, but right now that's all I can kind of commit to. If I do more, that's great too. So we have for our psychic tarot for the heart, we have the crown chakra, and I think this is perfect also. We have the pink. What did I say about the pink? We have where did I see pink? I saw pink someplace here. Yes, we have the pink, the unconditional love, the healing energy of pink, um, and the crown chakra. So, and the crown chakra is all about the spiritual connection to God, and all the spirits, the sacred beings, the spirits that are spirit guides, our guardian angels. And when we open up to them, the healing is amazing. So let me read out of the deck for our crown chakra. Okay, we have violet. It doesn't look like violet here. It looks like a very magenta pink. The sound is om. So when you meditate, if you want to use that sound in meditating, that will kind of help open the crown chakra more. The element is thought. The gland is pineal. And the key words are I know. Should be I understand. Um, yeah, I know. I guess that's the same. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the thousand-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite in your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well being. To enhance this chakra, sit quietly and visualize a lotus bud on the top of your head. As the bud blossoms, see a shower of whitish violet sparkling light shining down from the universe onto the lotus, filling and nourishing it. When complete, simply let the vision fade. Expanding this chakra opens you to receiving the ultimate bliss, divine love. Take comfort in knowing that you are cherished. So the other oracle card I'm going to do is from my sigil deck that I created. And it is a sigil oracle deck of affirmations with angel numbers. So you get a double whammy here. You get your angel number for the day and your affirmation for the day. And I think that one wanted to pop out. And we have number 14. Spiritual gifts cost nothing. Oh, and that is so, so true. I drew this card Saturday for someone when I was doing a psychic fair at the chapel I go to, and it's so true. Spiritual gifts cost nothing, and we can receive them so easily when we open up our higher three chakras. You know, when we communicate effectively to our higher power source, when we open up into a meditative state, the third eye, and then the crown chakra opens to receive the beautiful gift of spirit. So let's read the. Okay, so we have angel number 14. Your angels are encouraging you to spend time listening to them. Remember, angels are as loud as your willingness to listen. Spiritual gifts cost nothing. Remember that the only things in life that are free are your spiritual growth. And when we develop that side of our being, we create the greatest gift that one person can have. Once you have the gift of spirituality, you can grow even larger by sharing it with the world around you. Imagine giving the best gifts to others that cost nothing. Take the time to listen to your angels because they want to help you with this gift. The more you listen, the more you will hear. You are the gift that you give yourself. So be sure you keep it in a safe place so that nothing can harm it. What a beautiful way to end this reading. So again, I am here at least twice a week with readings. And then I also have my spirit talk on Sunday, all on the same channel. And I am the minister, whatever that may mean, of the Wounded Souls Ministry. And it is a ministry that is basically for people seeking the knowledge of how to go within and find their own truth. It isn't a ministry that stands at a pulpit preaching preaching out of the Bible, and knowing chapter and verse of the Bible. That's not the type of ministry that I choose to have. Never wanted to have that type of ministry. I want a ministry that is open to all people, um, and that really stays away from using the Bible as a way to control others. I like sacred text, and I like to present the sacred text in a way that is opening the mind. And the same with the tarot readings. I just love to see people's minds open, their hearts open, and their souls open for a new way of not only thinking but living. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful week, and that spirit fills you and gives you much joy. Bye bye.